All right, so if you clicked on this video, you are someone that is clearly not playing around and you want to know how you can explode your online income in the next 100 days. Grab your notebook, grab your pen. We are going to rapid fire these steps off. And so you're going to want to make sure that you take notes. I'm going to do my best effort to make this a one-take video. So I'm going to be referring to my notes, but my intention is to leave you entirely better. I am on a 100-day crusade for my own business, 100 days to 100K, not 100K subscribers, right? 100K in revenue. And so I want to take other people on this crusade and on this journey with me. And I want to inspire and empower other people, just like I was inspired when I was first starting my business. So whether you're just getting started and maybe you haven't even picked a direction, or whether you are on your journey, this can help you, all right? If you follow these steps, if you take them to heart, this can help you with your start and help you in exploding your income in the next 100 days. The very first step is that you've got to decide that 100 days it's happening. So the very first thing that you have to decide upon is that over these next 100 days, it's not a hope, a wish, and a prayer. This isn't something that you are trying, but over these next 100 days, this is in fact happening. Whatever you have your eyes set on, like you might not even know what it looks like. Just like when I first got started online, I didn't know what it was going to look like. But that first 100-day crusade, it got me really started in my business, where I was making sales almost every single day, right? Clearly cash flowing because of the kind of business that I was running. I grew a community. I grew an email list. I began to grow my first following and community on YouTube. And it's all because I decided to commit to 100 days. And I just simply said, in 100 days, like, this is happening. This time around, I'm way more definitive. I want a really big outcome, because I'll tell you what, I want to inspire a lot of people and actually show what is possible. Like, this really is possible, that you can decide upon something really big, and you can decide to put your mind to it, backed by action, and make it real for yourself. So again, the very first thing is that you've got to decide that over these next 100 days, it's happening, whatever that thing is that you decided upon. Number two, you have to decide to invest in your chosen direction. Steph, what does this mean? It means that whatever you want right now, right, there is a direction, there's a path that's going to take you there. If you want to start a business and you have yet to start a business, well, you've got to decide to invest in starting that business. If you want to learn a new skill, right, then you've got to decide to invest so that you can learn a new skill. If you want something big to happen over these next 100 days, like exploding your income, you do not have time to spend your days consuming a bunch of free content on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. They will be complete time wasters, and you will not get a fraction of what you want out of these 100 days by doing it that way. You must decide to invest in the direction that you want to go in. When I first got started, I made that initial investment, right? So you've got to decide to invest in the direction that you want to go in, and you've got to decide to make that investment now. If you're watching this video, the likelihood is you already have an idea on your heart. You already know, right? There is something that you want to do because you have an interest or a passion or a desire to start making income online or to grow your income online. All right. So number two, you got to invest in your chosen direction. Number three, then you've got to dive in. All right. So wherever you invest, you've got to decide to dive in. So again, if you decide that I want to start a business and you invest into starting that business, now you've got to dive in. You don't invest and then go out there and spend your time over here, right? You've invested in this, but now you're on TikTok watching other stuff, or Instagram watching other stuff, or scrolling. No, you've got to decide to dive in, and now you want to start learning. You want to start applying. You want to start setting up. Whatever the requirement is for that thing that you have invested in to get out of it what you want to get out of it, you must decide to invest your time expeditiously into getting it done ASAP. We're not spending 100 days in learning how to do something. We're not spending 100 days in setting things up, right? Instead, we're getting in. Again, we have a goal, we have a focus, we have a mission. I know when I first got started, after I got started, I made my very first sale on day number 3. All right. I help people right now get their businesses set up in as little as a week. So I'm telling you, we're not venturing down the path of wanting to explode our own online income in 100 days and then taking 100 days to either make a decision, or to take 100 days sitting on an email list, or to take 100 days, scrolling and talking ourselves out of it. No, we've got to be very intentional. All right. So whatever that investment is designed to help you get or achieve, right, you've got to decide to dive in and get that out of it. So if it's setting up a business, then you get your business set up. If it's learning a skill set so that you can move on with doing something, then you learn that skill set and then you quickly begin to apply it, right, however you're supposed to apply it. All right. Then you're going to start moving. All right. For a lot of us, what that means is we're going to start posting. So like in this instance, I decided that August 1st, I was kicking off this 100-day crusade for myself. And could there be better conditions? Could I have thought this video out more? Could I have scripted it? Could I again, a lot of things I could have done, right? But no, I said, I have something to share. I want to take other people on this journey with me. And so I'm creating this video to share the steps because they literally are this simple. Right? So once you have the green light, if it was to start a business and you dove in, you started to learn, you got your business set up, now it's time to start posting, because no matter what you want to do online to grow your income, it's going to involve you picking a platform and starting to post on that platform to sell whatever it is that you want to sell. You could say, Steph, I just want to create content and I want to make money from TikTok, or I want to make money from YouTube, or I want to make money from Facebook or Instagram. That still involves you creating a ton of content so that the platform will actually pay you for that content. If you want to sell ebooks, or if you want to sell a product, or if you want to sell a service, if you want to sell your coaching, right? You've got to pick a platform and you've got to start posting. You've got to start sharing. You have to start being a tour guide. You have to start letting people know that your business exists. You have to start letting them know about your product, how you can help them, all the things. All right. That's the very next thing that you're going to do. And I'm going to tell you, with 100 days, I would tell you to try to get everything set up so that you give yourself 100 days of actual action, like actual content posting, like actually showing up on YouTube for 100 days, or TikTok for 100 days, or Instagram for 100 days, or whatever your platform is, right? That you're giving that 100 days your full focus when it comes to the activities that are going to lead to income growth. Because yes, every piece of content that you create and that you upload on your chosen platform, it has the potential, or at least it should have the potential, right, to create awareness, to grow your following, to get in front of people that are interested in what you have to offer, and yes, even make you sales. My videos directly make me sales. People don't have to sit on my email list for months and months and months to make a decision. Some people do, but a lot of people will find my content and make a decision directly from my content. And I sell something that's kind of high ticket. All right, so I'm telling you, if you are intentional about this, over these next 100 days, you can decide to explode your online income. All right, your next step, okay, is focus. These are the only steps. Might there be like little micro steps and micro decisions and micro actions that are under each one? Yes, but if you make sure that everything that you do is in alignment with these, right, you will be okay. What happens for most people is, again, they get monkey mind, they get squirrel brain, right? They get on the internet and they forget why they were ever online. They sit down and like, oh, I'm going to log into my business and I'm going to do X, Y, Z. And instead, they're on Facebook. They're on TikTok. They're starting to scroll, right? They're watching all the trending stuff. 2 or 3 hours go by. It's time for bed or it's time to go to work. And they're like, wait a second. I didn't even do my business today. I'm telling you, that's what happens to so many people. So with this next step, you've got to decide to focus. You're going to focus on earning, right? So again, we're being intentional. We're not in these 100 days to just post. We're being intentional about making money from the content that we post, as well as continuously learning, right? You're not going to know everything when you get out there and you start creating your content to sell the thing that you're selling, right? But you're not going to sit back and wait until you are an expert or until you know everything or until everything is perfect. The only way things will ever get perfect in your business is by you going out there, posting, right? And getting better. Write that down. Posting, learning from the experience, and getting better. And if you commit to this for 100 days, think about how awesome you will be after 100 days. So you're going to put yourself in a position to start making money imperfectly, right? Rough, ready, raw, messy, however you want to look at it. All you have to be is ready to start making money. That's all you've got to be, is say, I'm ready to start making money. Down below in the comments, all right, go ahead and type in, I'm ready to make money. That's the only readiness that you need. If you are ready to make money, you will blow your mind with the action that you will take. You will start to trust yourself. You will trust the process. You will dive in. You'll do the things that you've got to do, right? Why? Because your intention, you're ready to make money. Oftentimes people get started in businesses and they're really not decided upon making money, even though they might need it really, really bad. They have a lot of things that are going on, and so they allow those things to create procrastination, right? Or fear or doubt or worry, right? And they insert these things into their business that kills their focus. They look up, 5 years have gone by, and whatever it is they wanted, they didn't get, right? Because they didn't remain focused. I am telling you, you can start making money imperfectly. You can start making money from exactly where you are right now. And in 100 days, you can amaze yourself with how good you get, right? How far you've come, how much money you've earned, and look up and realize, like, I'm still figuring things out. Like, things are still not perfect in my business. There's still so much more to learn. That's what's so fun about deciding to earn online and deciding to explode your income over these next 100 days. Because again, the only readiness that you need is to be ready to start making money. All right. The next step is you're gonna not stop, kind of a double negative, but you're not gonna stop when everyone else does. I know that one hurts, right? Out, Steph. Go ahead and comment out, Steph. You're not gonna stop when everyone else does. I have been online for 18 years and I've had a 6-figure business for many, many years. I made a lot of mistakes. Things have not always gone my way. I've lost businesses. I've had people, take away my links. A lot of bad things have happened. But the one thing I can tell you hand on heart that I've never, ever, ever, ever done, and my husband can even tell you, right, during some of the roughest times, sometimes my mistakes and my fault, and sometimes they had nothing to do with me, right? Bad things happened, but I never, ever, 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 ever gave up. I never even gave a thought of giving up. Because when I first got started on this, I said I was making this my new way of life. So there's a lot of people that start, but they stop at some point. Because maybe their family says that's never going to work out for you. You're never going to make the money that you want to make. You can't be an online entrepreneur. You don't even have tech skills, right? You start telling people that you know about what it is that that you do, and they insert their own issues, their own dramas, their own concerns, right? And it causes people to quit. Or maybe you can't learn the tech fast enough, or you get a little hiccup here. I can't tell you again over the years how many times people have let little things, right, stop them when a lot of this is a learning curve. You didn't wake up one day or you weren't born an online entrepreneur. If you've been doing something else in your life for X amount of years, you're probably pretty doggone good at that. Whether it's being a nurse, whether it's being, a doctor, maybe it's being an attorney, maybe you have sold other things, like whatever your profession has been for these 40 years or 50 years or 30 years or whatever, you got pretty doggone good at it, but you weren't good on day number 1. So it amazes me when someone comes online and the same fears, doubts, worries, not knowing and things they got to learn. It took them longer to learn those things on the offline world. When they come online, right, mysteriously, they have no patience, right? They have absolutely no patience. And I see people give up, like literally for nothing, for absolutely nothing. And I'll be honest with you, because I have worked very closely with a lot of my customers that have had breakthroughs, hit major milestones, and have gone on to make a lot of money online, I'm so thankful that that time was spent with them, because I can't tell you how many people would have given up because something didn't go right that first time. And had they not maybe had someone there to say, hey, just do this, right? They wouldn't have gotten over it so quickly and then gone on to actually get the results that they want. One of my most recent customers, we had a tough conversation on one day. We ended the conversation and I told her, thank you for trusting me. And the next day she made her very, very first sale, $599, just like that. So you've got to decide if you're going to explode your income over these next 100 days. The availability of quitting when everyone else does. Like, you've got to be unavailable to quit. Like, you've got to decide from here moving forward that not only am I going to explode my income over these next 100 days, but I am in this. Like, I am in this. No matter what happens, I am in this. Because that's the attitude that will just have you showing up and doing the things that you've got to do every single day. And I'm telling you, that's what it takes to actually win beyond the 100 days. All right? So, I hope that you have taken your notes, because if you do want to explode your income over these next 100 days, I'm here to let you know you absolutely can. I myself am on a 100-day crusade where I am showing up on my platforms of choice and I am helping people with the process. I'm sharing what it is that I do, how I do it, how I make my money online, and inspiring and empowering other people that want to really, really give this a start. And here is why. Is because when I was first getting started and all along my journey, my major milestones, major breakthroughs, and even my early beginnings, they would not have been possible had someone not showed up and showed me what was possible, inspired me in some way, right? And left me some kind of roadmap or a path that I can actually follow. So I know how important it is, me doing what it is that I do. First off, right, I have the receipts of being able to help so many other people that were inspired by what it is that I do. And then they got on the same path and began to create their own levels of success. But I also know that there are so many people out there, right, that don't even know that earning an income online in a way that can really impact your life, like it's possible. And I want to say this, but I'm going to say it lightly. It's really easier, right, than a lot of people would think. And believe it or not, these steps right here that I broke down, if you really were to sit down and process these and understand these, and you're not looking for the gotcha, you're not looking for it's got to be more than this. But when you can really understand why these steps lead you to the promised land when it comes to exploding your income, making your first sales, making your next sales, making the volumes of sales that you want, when you really understand that these steps are not just steps, but there is a reason, right, for why they work. It's in nuances like this, right? It's in subtle things like you'll find in here that make the difference between someone that decides to get started and someone that hopes what they're venturing into will work. The two are not the same. So if you've got to go back, watch this again, take the notes down, maybe take them differently, or listen to really understand, right? Decide to commit to this and keep me posted, right? Whether you decide to comment on one of my videos or whether you decide to come into my community, right? Would love to know what you decide upon for these 100 days and would love to know what kind of milestone or breakthrough you bring about because you decided to commit in this way. If you do want to learn more about exactly how I earn my income online, how I build a six-figure business for myself without ever having to create anything from scratch, how I use a turnkey business model where other people can come along and decide to copy my six-figure business, I'm going to drop the link down below in the description, or you can just simply go to myturnkeybusiness.com. And if you love the idea of being able to follow a process like this, start posting and positioning yourself to make $599 for every single sale that you call in. Again, one sale a day puts you well over $15,000 a month. One sale a week, right, puts you over $2,000 a month. So all I'm telling you is that the possibilities are there. The potential is there. And if you enjoy these steps, my business is actually kind of like the epitome of these steps. It gives you everything that you need so that you can invest in your direction, you can log in, you can begin to learn the business, have everything that you need to get set up. You never have to create any of this from scratch. Everything is given to you. And when it comes down to the posting, like I love this part so much, you actually have a bot that will give you ready-made content. So all you have to do is like log into the bot and copy and paste, and your posting, right, can be done every single day without you having to stare at a blank screen or give too much thought to it. If you want a fast start, if you want to break through over these next 100 days, you better set yourself up to go fast, whatever path or whatever direction you decide to go in. So I'll leave my link down below in the description. I hope this video has fired you up. I hope you decide to take these steps to heart, make them your own, and go out there and explode your online income in these next 100 days. I'll see you in my next video, or I look forward to seeing you inside of the community if you decide to go on this journey with me.